What's up, chat? Today is Monday. It's an amazing day. I've been telling myself from the very morning, from the very evening, that tomorrow is going to be a great day. Tomorrow is going to be a great day. And I can tell you that this is probably one of the best tips that I had used, and I feel very energetic. So because of that reason, I wanted today to make a video to further explain a few things that I have been using that help me to feel very productive, that help me to feel pretty much energetic about myself, feel very confident about myself, in school, at home. When I wake up, for the first time after probably 6 months, I wake up, I feel energetic, I want to do something, and it's the same throughout the whole day. The biggest difference that I saw after I started doing a few things that I will talk about today, I won't make the video very long, but I have never seen myself, maybe for like half a year, pick up my school notebook, pick up my school things from subjects, from lessons, and I sat there for probably 2 hours without thinking of time, without thinking about doing anything, and I did work up front. I learned everything, I memorized everything, I researched everything with ChatGPT. I learned all the things that weren't clear to me, and I have never felt so much energetic and so much eager to learn something, to do something. I will tell you today how you can get out of, not comfort zone, but how to get out of this routine bubble where you feel like you are stagnant, you don't know how to start something, and it's like there's a lack of energy. So, I have been listening a lot to Brian Tracy, which is probably the best motivator on earth, and I learned and picked up very great lessons from him. So the first lesson that I started doing is you have to cut all the bad habits that you do. It's like, I have been telling this to myself probably for 2 years. You have to stop scrolling on social media completely. Like, not more than 20 minutes. Set a timer, set in your screen limit for 20 minutes, and whenever the notification comes, you stop. So this is the first thing. Then it's no porn, no, masturbation and all those things. Zero. And also zero sugar. And when you do not do those 3 things, you feel extremely energetic. Like throughout your whole day. If you can resist from those things, I can guarantee you that you will feel energetic. But you would probably think that, you already tried those things. I have tried those things. Sometimes they did not work, but I'm going to share a secret with you that I have been doing. It's like an extra step, a psychological step that you need to understand is that you haven't felt the difference. The difference big enough to change your behavior. For 2 years, I kept telling myself that I have to stop scrolling, that I have to stop doing other shit, I have to stop looking at television, and I have to do more things. But I would fail. Even knowing that I have to do more, I would fail. So why is that? And the reason is that I wouldn't have the opportunity to feel the big difference that it makes. And for instance, as an example, we can pick scrolling on social media. So from scrolling on social media for 3 hours every single day, I would go to 1 hour and a half, or for 1 hour. But this time would have the exact same effect on my mind. I would still feel fatigued, I would still feel impacted by the news, by social media, by seeing other people online, it still impacted you. But if you go instantly to zero scrolling, and you do that, for 2 to 3 days, it took me a week. 5 days of not scrolling more than 20 minutes to feel a complete difference in the energy. I wake up and I feel motivated. I even wake up 1 hour earlier before my timer, which is 5:55, so I would wake up at 5 a.m. and I would instantly feel energetic. Even though if I don't go out of bed, but I just lay there and I feel all this energy. I can feel that, yes, let's go. I can do something. And this transferred then to my workouts. And in the past month, I have seen a really, really big difference in the way I look, in the way I perform while I do weights, body weight exercises. I can see this on my body. And this transferred then to my physical activity. Then after I do some physical activity, sports, then the energy from it compounds, and it's like when you wake up, you feel energetic because you told yourself that you're not doing the bad things, you're doing the good things. Then you work out, you feel even better. Then at school you focus, and you have the focus to sit for 5 hours, learn the things. And when you start stacking all of those things, the difference is insane in energy. I cannot describe to you how good I feel, and how thankful I am that I don't do bad things. And now every single morning, what I learned from Brian Tracy, I haven't done this for a while, but what I'm going to do, I even wrote it on the paper. So I have seen that for me, it really works well when I write something on a paper. I put it on my monitor. I don't know if you can see. I would put it here on the monitor, and whenever I sit near my computer, I instantly remember what I need to do. And the things that from now on I will be starting doing is one, you have to start reading more. And I keep telling this to myself that in the information world, the more you know, the better chance you have at finding the right opportunities, because everything moves very fast. And the average person reads not more than 1-2 books a year. So if you can read for 1 hour a day, you read at least 20 books a year. So let's say 2 books a month. And to do so, most of the times I would tell myself that I don't have time, or at school I feel unmotivated to read, or I'm with my friends and I'm not comfortable reading. The thing that I have wrote for myself is to wake up 30 to 60 minutes earlier. So that means not 5:55, but at 5 a.m. spend 1 hour completely reading something motivational. So non-fictional, pick something about your goals. I will finish the book about goals. I will pick about building a business because, I want to get money one way or another. And to do that, I feel that I need knowledge. I need knowledge to be able to find out which skill is most compatible for me. What is some place where I can just put my whole focus to, and to do so I need more experience, I need more knowledge to understand what I need to do. And when I will be doing so, I will read. And also the other thing that I learned is after you read, you have to rewrite your goals. So this past week in school, on a bus, whenever I wake up, I would instantly be on my phone. In my phone notes, I would also have a notebook, and I probably rewrote my goals like 5 times now. So I can show you, I have these big papers. So the first exercise that I did is I wrote 100 life goals. So if you have never tried so, I can tell you exactly that after maybe 15 goals, you will say that, wow, there is nothing that I want more. I wrote like, I want a MacBook, I want a new telephone, I want to have a scooter, to have a motorbike, a car, some holidays, maybe a new watch, a ring, some gold, and that's it. Like, what can you else want as a person? And this is where you have to really put your mind. It probably took me around 2 to 3 hours. I did this in 2 sittings to write 100 goals. Now, the next day, I understood that I still don't have enough motivation to do something. And then I asked myself why I don't have the motivation. I have the goals, I know what I want, why I don't have the motivation. Now, what I learned from listening to Brian Tracy, and what I want to give you also, is that oftentimes we set the goals too high. And most of my goals were to have sports cars, to have supercars, to have, a Porsche, to buy a home, to have, over $200,000 invested, to have a business. But to me, who is 17, who hasn't earned money online, who hasn't yet created a business, a real business, those goals are so far away from me now is that your mind cannot wrap this up. But after I kept reading the books, I kept listening to the podcasts, I saw that when I picked smaller goals, so for example, I picked a goal to have very great grades at the new program that I joined, which is IB, International Baccalaureate, which will then support my studies at university, to have great scores. So out of 45 points to get, let's say 40 points. So this is pretty much achievable. I can get grasp of it, what I need to do. I will need to do homework every single day, research the things that I don't understand on ChatGPT, so it's vocabulary that I point during the school, it's some concepts to understand and to have some examples. And if we do that consistently every single day, there is a really great possibility that I will get great grades, because for 10 years straight I had the results over 85 to 90%. And that's because every single day I did every homework that was needed. So now, if we pick something like good habits, so if I have a goal to, this week read book every single day, or this week not look at Instagram for more than 20 minutes, it's actually pretty achievable. You set a time limit on your phone, on your app, go right now, set it on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, and whenever you get this notification, just press OK and you don't look at your Instagram. So, when I started doing these things, you instantly do more. And as I mentioned first about feeling energetic, when you don't do the bad things, you start doing a few good things, you do sport, and all the energy compounds. It's exactly the same with goals. Right now I still somewhere deep have this goal of, I need to make money, I need to work something, I need to figure out what I need to learn, what skills to develop. But to reach this level where I'm comfortably energetic and motivated to do this step, I have to come to it some way. I have to progress towards it. And to do so, what I'm doing right now is, first of all, I'm fixing my school schedule. I have fixed my sleeping schedule. Step by step, I have now worked out consistently. You can see this. So I have 2 pages like that. So that means for maybe 60 days, I have been consistent with weights, with calisthenics. And that really showed in my body. The consistency does a lot. So I will probably end this video today, because I had a lot more ideas to tell you, because before that I was doing a workout and I was listening to Brian Tracy seminar, a course that is 8 hours long. It's a really good course about reprogramming your mind, changing who you are. And there were a lot of sayings that everything that you input into your mind, into your body, counts. It always counts. And this is probably something that I will take forever on, is that everything counts. Every person that you speak to every single day counts. Every minute that you spend on Instagram, on social media counts. But also every book that you read, every good book that you read, every time that you study for more, every time that you write your goals down. Even if you don't achieve your goals, for 1 year I had this goal to make money. I didn't make money. But I kept writing it, I will probably keep writing it. And what you see is that if you don't give up, but you write your goal and you also think about all the actions that you do, and you remember that everything counts, and you start doing more of good actions, you instantly feel better about yourself, you pre-program your mind, and you start doing the things that really matter. So if there's one thing that you have to take from this video, I will be trying to make more of those videos, because with every single day I start to feel way better about myself, way better about my consistency, about the ability to do something great. And I haven't had this for a very long time. Probably 6 months ago I only felt this motivated, but right now I feel very energetic. And what you need to do is quit the bad habits for a week. You need to have some kind of big change to really feel the difference. Just have 1 week. Set the time limits on your social media apps. Just spend 1 week trying it to feel the difference, and also work out every single day. When you do those things, you will stack the energy, you will feel energetic. And, as every single day I'm now trying to practice my speech, I'm trying to become a better speaker, because this directly ties to my ability to get better grades at school, to improve my communication. And, as a goal, I will probably be filming YouTube videos like these every single day. There won't be many edits for now, because now I have to get in this consistency. And that's what you have to do as well. So, thanks for watching, and have a good Monday, and see you tomorrow.